No sooner had we stepped out of the garden than I saw the 3 people I'd watched leap through the green door sometime earlier. Well, what are you guys doing here?
We ought to be asking you the same thing. How'd you get here?
Sigma, hand me the map.
Map? Map, yeah, sure. I took the map out of my pocket and spread it in front of us.
You 3 came in through the blue door, right?
Yeah.
And which room did you go into?
This fan-shaped one, it's called the Bee Garden.
Bee garden?
It's this big dome with a bunch of plants in it. Oh look, you can go see it yourself later, alright?
What about you guys?
Well, after we went through the green door, we ended up in the treatment center.
And then we met up. Right here.
So, what's the treatment center? It sounds a lot like the infirmary.
You want to have a look? We can go back to any of the rooms we've already visited.
That's a long-ass walkway.
Sure, let's have a look. After a few moments of brisk walking, we found ourselves in the treatment center. No beeping involved. Theoretical. What are those?
They're why this is called a treatment center. Those pods can cure a number of illnesses and even repair certain injuries.
Whoa, that's nuts.
How about you climb in one of them, Dio?
Why?
Well, maybe it can fix whatever's wrong with your brain.
Hey, you want to start something, lady?
Calm down now, son. You don't cool off a bit and I'll have to throw you in one of these pods here.
Huh? Why?
Weren't you paying attention? They have a cold sleep function. I figured that ought to cool your head up.
Wait, say cold sleep? That's where they freeze you, right? And you can stay that way for a really long time?
Yeah?
According to some records we found in here, until about 8 hours ago, there were 3 frozen people in these pods.
3 people? Who?
You mean 3 of us were? We don't know. All we found was what was in the logs for the pods.
How long were they here?
No idea. Part of the logs were erased. All that's left is when the cold sleep function turned off. It records them thawing out, getting up. That's it.
Then they could be anyone.
Well, anyone but you.
Why not Alice?
Because you don't need a device like this to freeze Alice. Am I wrong?
Huh? What are you talking about?
You don't need to be dumb. The water in your body isn't normal water. It's something called Ice 9. It freezes at 96.8 degrees. That means all you have to do to put yourself in cold sleep is drop your body temperature below 96.8. No fancy machine needed.
Where on earth did you hear that?
From Clover.
Clover?
When we were exploring the lounge during the first round.
I see.
What's so funny?
Oh man, you fell for that one hook, line, and sinker, didn't you? Clover was messing with you. That is, if she even said anything to you at all. It was a lie. A joke?
A joke? No, there's no way it was a joke. I'm sure about it. Your body is made of Ice 9.
Well, you're mistaken. It's a ridiculous misunderstanding. An urban legend.
With seemingly no other prompting, Alice launched into a lengthy explanation. It went something like this.
At some point in the past, someone found a frozen, mummified Egyptian queen. What was curious about the mummy, however, was that it remained frozen at room temperature. People began to refer to her as All Ice, which eventually became simply Alice. Rumors that her body was made of Ice 9 began to circulate, and her bizarre refusal to thaw only compounded them.
They say that the mummy finally thawed, and when it did, it began to move. And ever since then, I've had people say they thought I was her. I mean, really, how could anyone believe something so ridiculous? The existence of this mysterious Alice and of this ice that doesn't melt are just urban legends.
I don't know, you got Egyptian accoutrement all over your fucking body.
Well, why would people make that mistake about you in particular?
It can't just be because your name's Alice. There are tons of Alices.
Is it because of your face and how you look?
Well, it is true that I am both beautiful and elegant. Can I really be
Oh,
blamed
shut
if
the
people
fuck up.
think I'm Egyptian queen? I don't think that's the only reason, though. Someone who made that mistake said something to me once. They claimed they'd seen me before. Of course, I immediately pressed the issue. Do you mean the mummy, Alice? I said. When? Where? Of course, they were at a loss. In fact, I began to feel a little sorry for them. So I told them something. If you're so convinced, then maybe I am actually Alice. But maybe I've lost my memory and can't remember who I am. And so on and so on. I'm still not sure why Clover would tell you something like that, though. Even if she was just messing with you, it seems a little out of left field.
You really think she put that much thought into it? She was probably just screwing with him and it was the first thing that came to mind. Maybe she wanted to see if she could get him to believe something completely ridiculous.
Yeah, I could see her doing something like that. Well, I think that's enough idle gossip for now. The cold sleep business is interesting, but I don't think it's terribly useful. We should go see if the other team has returned to the warehouse yet.
At Alice's request, we made our way out of the treatment center. That's all she's got for a lengthy explanation. I'm going to be very upset.
It seems like we're pushing Alice's ending. So, we'll find out, I guess.
This is...
It looks like another warehouse.
It looks like the same warehouse.
Hey, look!
3 more doors.
They're all glowing white. You think?
These might be the next set of chromatic doors.
I'd bet on it. Look, they've got the same boxes next to them as the other doors.
So the next set of doors are white?
They haven't all been the same color before.
Excuse
We
me.
definitely
I
need to
looked
tell
away
the
that
others
time.
about this.
Right. Let's head back to Flore. What? Oh, never mind. For a second, that one of the actual, like, important doors just opened. Watkins. Exhilarating.
That's right,
Walking
we're
back.
never gonna get done with this fucking line by 2 o'clock. God damn it. I need to go to bed.
Oh, thank goodness. You finally returned. I was beginning to get anxious.
Did something happen?
Yes, it's Quark, you see. He
What? What happened to Quark?
collapsed. It happened so suddenly. We were just searching our room.
What?
Please, you must hurry to the infirmary. Clover is looking after him, but his condition could change at any moment. You should go.
Oh no.
Himioji shoved Kay aside and leapt through the yellow door. The rest of us exchanged a few startled looks, then ran off after him.
Quark, come on, kid. Get a hold of yourself.
Himioji grabbed Quark's shoulders and began to shake him desperately. It was Clover who stopped him.
Hey, what are you doing? He's sick, and we don't even know what's wrong with him. What if you make him worse?
Then what am I supposed to do? I have to save him.
Save? That seems a little extreme. Maybe he just has anemia or something.
No, that's not it. I know him better than any of you. He doesn't have anemia. He's never just collapsed before.
Well, then call an ambulance and stop freaking out about it.
You son of a bitch. This is serious.
The infirmary seems pretty well equipped. There are plenty of diagnostic tools, but
Without a doctor, there's not going to be much we can do with him.
Oh, right. Well, we've got Luna.
Luna?
That's right. I remember Dio saying something. You have a medical license, don't you?
Wait, really? Is that true, Luna?
Well, yes, but...
You have to take a look at him then. Please. Quark needs your help.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. I think that machine over there is a medical scanner. It's called an ATOM. It uses nuclear magnetic resonance imaging to...
I think it can tell us what's wrong with Quark.
Yes, I believe it can.
I don't want to rush you, but the sooner the better. Just let us know if you need anything.
Of course.
The process took only a few minutes. Still not skippable. Scan Quark's body. Within seconds, the results lit up the screen. Words too complicated for me to understand. Scrolled across it as she read them. From them, Luna's face grew dark. She bit her lip and stood there for a moment, looking down at Quark before she spoke.
Well, I know what's wrong with him. I feel so terrible saying this, but Quark has an infection. A viral infection.
Oh no.
Don't tell me.
Yes, he's been infected with a virus called Radical 6.
Have you heard of this virus? Radical 6, I mean?
Yeah. I told Alice and Tenmyoji about it.
Fi and I heard about it from Luna.
You and Luna were two of the first people to investigate the infirmary. Must have seen the newspaper clipping that Quark found. I stayed behind after the AB game and they all split up and gone into different rooms. It seemed like, one way or another, everyone had heard about Radical 6.
No, he can't. How could he have gotten infected? That's not possible.
Think about the tone of his voice seemed strange. Why wasn't it possible? Had Myoji known about Radical 6 before the rest of us?
There must be something we can do! How can we cure him?
Well, Adam says there's an antiviral serum called Excelivir. It's the only way to counteract Radical 6. If we can inject him with some, he should be okay.
Where is it? Shouldn't it be in the infirmary somewhere?
We looked around, but we didn't see anything.
I don't trust a damn thing you say. I'm asking Luna.
I'm sorry, but Theo's telling the truth. We didn't find anything.
Damn it. What about the other rooms? Sigma, what about you? Did you find anything?
Nothing like medicine. I mean, it was just like a park. Lots of vegetation and stuff, but no medicine.
What about you, Kay? Was there any medicine in your room?
We visited the laboratory. There were a number of chemicals and concoctions there, some of which were medicine, but nothing like what we're searching for, I'm afraid.
Interesting.
Wait a damn minute.
He's going to... Oh god, no.
Look, just to be sure, 3 of you went to the treatment center, right? And you're sure it wasn't there?
No, there was nothing even remotely like it. You went there too, didn't you? The only thing in the treatment center are those treatment pods.
Treatment pods. That's it. If we put Quark in one of those pods. For a moment, there was silence.
Quark?
Quark! Oh, thank God. You're awake!
Get away from me!
What?
Sorry, Grandpa. I can't. I have to.
Have to what? What are you talking about?
Isn't it obvious? I have to escape.
But how?
Like this!
Quark's hand moved like lightning. Grabbed hold of the scalpel and was driving it straight toward his heart. Stop.
No! Let go!
Pretty tough for a kid. Hey guys, I could use a hand over here.
Yeah, right.
On it.
Me too.
Stop it! Let go of me, you jerks!
Myoji, what the hell are you doing? Get over here. Myoji, can you even hear me?
Oh, right.
Damn you, bastards! Why won't you let me go? I have to get out of this body! They can't lock away the soul! Once my body's gone, my soul can escape! Please! let me go! Let me go! I'm trapped here! Let me die! I have to die! Kill me! Somebody! Anybody! Kill me! Kill me! Kill me! Ah!
Jesus, this kid's lost it. Hey, somebody get the scalpel away from him. Can't skip this, which is really weird. Good, thanks whoever that was. Rick barely even seemed to notice the loss of the scalpel. He needed to scream and rave like he was possessed. Rife, Rife, Rife. What are you going to do? You gotta calm him down somehow.
Luna,
Yes?
are there any tranquilizers in here?
No. Well, I mean,
What?
there's Superel Beta.
Soperil?
That's the anesthetic, the one that's in our bracelets. Good. Perfect. Hit him with some of that.
What?
He'll be fine. It's just an anesthetic, Tenmyoji. It won't hurt him, I promise.
But...
Just hurry up and do it! Come on, Luna!
Okay, let me just... Okay, I've got it.
Good.
The
Wait
injection
until
gun does not
he's-
cock
Now,
like
do
a
it now.
goddamn Glock.
This one does.
Right.
No! Stop! Stop!
And it doesn't work in the
Still
knee.
can't skip it. It'll work. Gotta hold him for longer. Have hand.
Respiration, blood pressure, brain waves, everything's normal. According to these readings, he's in a very deep sleep.
Alright, I guess we're good for now.
Yes,
What about the anesthetic? How long will it last?
he shouldn't wake up for a few hours.
Man, he sure was strong for such a little guy.
I think that might be the virus's fault. It probably attacks the part of the brain that governs reason. Without anything to hold it back, his body was using every ounce of strength it had.
Yeah? How do you know?
Huh? Oh, well,
How much do you know about this Radical 6?
oh, not much. I probably know about as much as you do. All I've seen about it is that newspaper article.
That the truth?
Why would I lie about that? I've seen other viruses do the same thing. I was just making a guess.
So when Quark tried to kill himself, are you saying that was because of Radical 6 too?
Yes, at least I think so.
So what kind of virus is Radical 6?
What are you doing?
Hey, should have the information for that.
Turned and followed Tenmyoji's gaze. There stood Alice, hand wrapped tightly around the scalpel. Apparently she'd been the one to take it away from Quark. The longer I looked at her, however, the more I wondered if she'd taken it to protect him or for some other, more sinister reason. Didn't seem stable. In fact, she looked more like Quark. She looked far more like Quark had a moment ago than I was entirely comfortable with. Her eyes were flat and hollow. Her face was an emotionless mask. She wasn't well. Alice? You feeling okay?
We're all going to die.
Huh?
We're all dead already. Only terrorists would resort to biological warfare. But they will. Soon.
Hey, what the hell are you talking about?
You don't understand? All of humanity is going to die. The virus will spread. Adults, children, everyone. Everyone! There won't be anyone left! I'd rather die here!
Wait, Alice. We're all too stunned to even try to restrain her. Stood there as she spun around and leapt through the door. Damn it. Took myself and took off after her. Those few moments of hesitation to put too much distance and too many doors between us. Yeah, which way'd she go? Right? Left? I was still trying to decide when everyone else poured out of the infirmary.
You lost her.
Yeah, I don't know which way she went.
Well, let's split up and look. Quickly. She can't have gotten too far.
Right.
Look, if you find her, it's probably best not to shout or anything. Just do your best not to provoke her. Understood?
Gotcha.
Tenmyoji, I think you should stay here with Quark. The rest of us can look for Alice. Sound good?
Yeah, I stay here. Got it.
All right, let's move, people. Get going.
By his command, we scattered, filtering off into the different doors. Ran, I thought, where should I look for Alice? Perhaps the lounge would be a good bet. It was, of course, not a good bet.
Mildly annoying that we don't get to choose, but hey, it's okay.
This is fine, it means I don't have to come back here and do this again. Because we know she's heading to the crew quarters. No one here, huh?
Yes.
And where'd she go? Planning wasn't gonna help. We need to go look somewhere else.
We're just going way out of the way, huh? I wonder what our thought process is.
Probably the other group went that way, so we're going this way. Shoot. Nothing in the treatment center either. Need to find her quick or she's gonna do something bad. We hadn't stopped Quark. Need to hurry. Headed to the garden next.
Well, that was an interesting turn of events there. Little button, or little blip, I guess is the right word.
Only got a few steps from the walkway to the grass when I stopped short. Alice.
Good. I'm glad you showed up.
Huh?
I just got here a minute ago. She was like this when I found her. When you showed up, I was getting ready to carry her to the infirmary.
Then, she's alive?
Yeah. Her breathing and pulse seem normal. She doesn't appear to have any obvious external wounds.
So she's just unconscious.
Looks like it.
What about the scalpel?
Doesn't look like she has it. Figure she probably dropped it on the way here. Anyway, we need to get her to the infirmary. Give me a hand here.
Right. Alice was lighter than I'd expected, and fine I managed to set off toward the infirmary at a brisk trot.
Oh shit, who else is dead?
All right, please pay attention, everyone. You need to hear this. The Atom has finished scanning Alice.
What did it say?
Her results are she has also been infected with Radical 6.
So she
Way
did
back,
kill herself.
I got off to retrieve the rest of the participants. 7 sets of eyes widened as Luna spoke.
Oh no.
No! What's going to happen to her?
Well, like I said before, there's only one way to cure Radical 6. There's a special antiviral treatment. Do you know what immunoglobulin is?
Immunogoblin?
It's another name for antibodies. Some people have antibodies that can fight off Radical 6. Those antibodies are the basis for Excelavir.
Wait, what about those pods in the treatment center? Can't we just stick them in those?
Right. I thought of that too, so I went and took a closer look at them. Unfortunately...
They can't cure it?
Correct. They can suppress the symptoms for a while, but they can't kill the virus itself. The only way we can help Alice and Quark is if we can find some Excelavir.
But the pods will keep them from getting any worse, right?
Yes.
Well, then what are we waiting for? One of you, grab Alice. We're going to the treatment center.
As he spoke, Temioji moved over the Quark and lifted his small unconscious body off the bed. Quark shifted slightly as Temioji moved him, and something fell out of his pocket with a soft clink. Bent down and slowly picked it up. Is this... Listen?
What? Well, what is it?
Hold on. There's a name on the label here.
Excelivir! You found it, Sigma! That's the one thing that can cure Radical 6.
Why did Quark have it?
Perhaps he found it earlier.
Earlier when?
We explored the laboratory. It was on the other side of the red door. I happened to notice Quark putting something in his pocket.
Did it?
Whether or not that was his intention is unclear. I did not have the opportunity to ask, as he collapsed immediately afterwards. It didn't feel appropriate to go digging around in his pockets for it after that. And to be honest, it had also slipped my mind. We were rather preoccupied with getting him to the infirmary as quickly as possible.
Who cares about the details? We have it. Hurry up and give it to him, Luna.
Hey, hold on a minute. What about Alice?
Does it really matter if she goes first or not?
I'm sorry, but I don't think we can do that.
What?
There's only enough here for one person. The only way we have to administer this is with the injection gun. And the way it functions, it uses a whole bottle each time you pull the trigger.
In other words, we can't split the dose in two or something.
Right.
While we all stood stunned, Fi moved. Stepping over to Quark, she quickly ran her hand through his clothes to step back with a frown and a small shake of her head.
Nothing. That one bottle was it.
You think there might be some more back in the lab?
No, unfortunately not.
No.
Oh, God.
Just enough medicine
There's an
for one
immunoglobulin.
dose.
Only one person can be saved.
Who should we give it to?
Alice or Quark?
What the hell is this? There's no way we're only going to save one of them.
And what are we going to do?
Do I have to spell it out? We're going to save them both.
How?
That's, don't know yet. Needed to calm down. Think. There had to be some way to save both of them. There, I knew it. Immunogoblin. It will protect us.
Do you know what immunoglobulin is? It's another name for antibodies.
I'm just
Some
glad I
people have
got it right on the
antibodies that
first
can
try.
Fight off Radical 6.
Because I'll never get it right again.
IG replicator?
Replicator makes it sound like it makes copies of stuff.
It's a goblin machine. It's like
Oh
a copy
my
machine.
Yeah,
God.
probably copies IG, whatever that is.
Any ideas?
Who knows? Ice cream by the gallon?
That's it. Got it. The IG replicator in the lab. It's an immunogoblin replication machine.
What?
It can copy immunoglobulin. Antibodies. Globulin. Luna just said Excelivir is made from antibodies. That means we can make more Excelivir.
Hold on a moment. There is a strange device in the laboratory that says IG replicator on it. Clover and I examined it thoroughly when we were in that room.
Yeah, we never could figure out what it did though.
Exactly. My question is, how do you know about it, Sigma?
I saw it when I was in the laboratory.
When was that?
Probably when you were looking for Alice, right?
Of course. No, Dia was wrong. I hadn't gone to the laboratory when I was looking for Alice. Didn't think I'd ever been there. So how did I know about the IG replicator?
If what he's saying is true, then we should be able to duplicate the Excelivir. That would mean we could cure Alice and Quark.
Let's go have a look then. The laboratory, right?
Yeah, no time to waste.
I nodded. Wait, we can't leave them here all alone. Luna, do you think you could stay behind and look after them?
Oh, of course. I'd be happy to.
Alright then, let's go.
I don't like that. This is not going to be the hunky-dory, everything's going to be okay scene.
But what if it is?
But it's not.
And then we go and steal our 3 points back from Alice, that bitch. No, vote ally.
I mean, if you steal 3 points from her,
We'll take her back to what we're supposed to be.
but she'll go from 6 to 4, and we'll go from 1 to 4. She won't be at 5.
Care.
I know, but it will be the same as what I was saying.
So this is the lab, huh?
Yes.
Where's this IG replicator thing?
Right here. See?
So this can copy the Excelavir?
I think so.
What are we waiting for?
I'm down alright. Don't rush me. Carefully lower the small vial of Excelavir into the slot on the side of me. The side and they made the big particulation thing.
Put it in the thing! Put the damn thing in the goblet machine!
An empty vial already protruded from the other side. Presumably that was where the duplicated Excelavir would go. Ready? I push this button, it should...
Skip it. Just press the damn thing.
Okay, and pressed. We didn't pay for an animation for this, just know, it looks cool.
2 people have been infected with this highly viral disease.
Did it work?
Have a look. The empty vial has something in it now.
And the vial Sigma used remains as it was. It does not seem to have lost any of its contents.
So, it worked?
Would have been pretty bad if it hadn't.
Alright, let's get this thing back to the infirmary. I reached down and pulled both vials from the machine, intending to slip them deftly into my pocket. Ah, shit.
What happened?
Sorry, my hand slipped.
You dropped one of them?
Yeah, just one.
What in the hell? What if you'd broken it, you idiot?
One. If it broken, then we could have just made another copy. Or Timioji could reply if I spoke.
Guys?
I was surprised to hear a voice coming from near my feet. Like down to see her staring intently at something beneath the table.
You see? It did break!
No, the vial's fine. See?
She held it up in one hand but didn't move her eyes.
Then what the heck is going on down there?
Bem
Take a look.
slid back from the table quickly and silently. The rest was spit down.
1.
Bam.
Bomb 2. Son of a bitch!
Bam.
We don't have a code for that one either.
Really? That makes 2 then.
Guess Kay was right after all.
So there were more bombs.
So it would seem.
Was this here when you guys came through the first time?
No, it was not.
Yeah, I didn't see anything, and I looked real hard.
Then somebody must have said it while we were looking for Alice.
Who the hell would do that?
We were all out looking for Alice. Could have been any of us.
No, not any of us. I was back in the infirmary. Quark was still out, so I was keeping an eye on him.
So we shouldn't consider you a suspect. Is that right?
Yeah, Quark's off the list too.
But Tenmyoji, you have no proof that you spent the entire time in the infirmary, do you?
What?
You could have quietly made your way to the laboratory, planted the bomb.
That's insane! Listen to yourself! There's no way in hell I'd have left Quark all by himself to go plant a goddamn bomb!
Miyoji was still staring furiously at Kay when Clover spoke up.
Hey, what's this thing?
Turned the time to see her grab something from under the table.
It looks like a memory card.
Where was it?
You know where that
Right
goes.
under the bomb. It was down on the floor under the table.
Could it have been put here by the same person who set the bomb? There was nothing like it here when we examined this room.
Do you think they dropped it accidentally?
Unless it was left here intentionally, yes. I imagine so.
What do you think's on it?
Let's take a look. Did I see it for a minute?
Yeah, I guess so.
Plucked the card out of her hand and looked around the room. Nothing. No dice. We'll need to plug it into something that can read memory cards, but I don't see anything here.
So what do we do?
Come on, if I knew that, I'd be doing it.
10 minutes remain. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is
Guys, I think maybe we should get back to the floor.
Yeah.
Who the
you're
fuck
right.
opened the AV
We've
door?
got what we came here for.
What should we do about the, bomb?
Not much we can do except leave it here. Alice said it'd be dangerous to touch them.
True, but
Drop it. We can talk about the bombs later. Right now we need to take care of Alice and Quark.
Right. So we'll go back to the infirmary, give them the Excelivir, and then head back to the Flore warehouse.
Right.
This ought to do it. It might take a little while, but they should recover.
Her voice was quiet as she backed away from Alice and Quark. In her hand was the injection gun. Carefully removed the empty vial and placed it gently in the cabinet with the other one. While we were in the laboratory, Luna had moved Quark to a crude cot. They both looked peaceful as they slept. Badness I'd seen on their faces before was completely gone.
Are they really going to be all right?
Yes. The analysis I did on the vials confirmed that the duplicate was real Excelivir. The original was genuine too, of course. Now that they've been treated...
it's only a matter of time before the virus is eliminated.
Shouldn't we have duplicated that one more time so that we always had a spare in case we needed to do it a bunch more times? Just saying.
I believe so, yes.
I think we should have duplicated at least 9 times.
Man, what a relief.
That might take too long.
I was really worried.
Faces are really weird in this particular segment. Clover grinned. Agreed. Gave her a reassuring pat on the back.
5 minutes remain.
All right, everybody. We can be relieved later. Right now we need to get to the AB rooms and fast.
Damn, don't even have time to catch our breath.
Come on, let's go. Flore warehouse is waiting. Huh? Where's Temioji?
Oh, he stayed back in the infirmary.
What?
Why?
Well, when we were all heading out, I noticed he wasn't doing anything. So I asked him if he was coming with us. And this is what I got.
I'm still worried about Quark and Alice. I think I'll stick around and make sure they're okay.
I see. That means that Phi's only opponent will be Dio.
One-on-one, huh?
Ugh.
That's cool. Nothing to worry about. I plan to choose Ally. You know why?
Because I've only got one BP.
Exactly. If you chose Ally and I betrayed you, your BP would drop below 0 and... well, we know what happens then. I want to win, but I'm not that desperate. You see what I'm saying, right?
Tenmyoji and Dio are a pair. Tenmyoji only had one BP left. Since Dio said he's going to pick Ally, Phi can't really pick anything else. If she does, Tenmyoji will...
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Kay and I are gonna be going one-on-one too, right? Since Quark's still sleeping.
That is correct.
How many BP do you guys have?
I've got 6.
As do I.
This will be a tough one then.
If one of them can get the other to Ally, and then betray that person, the betrayer will have 9 points.
Look, Kay, I know you don't really have any reason to trust me, but...
I know. You would like us both to vote Ally, yes?
Yeah.
I agree. If we were to both betray, then we would gain no points. We would lose nothing either, but that's hardly relevant. If both of us cooperate, then we will both gain 2 points, which is much more beneficial.
Right. Okay, good. You're really gonna do it, right?
Yes,
Promise?
promise.
1 minute remains.
Shit, this is bad. We need to move, now!
Indeed. Shall we?
Okay, Phi and Clover all took off immediately, heading into different AB rooms. Counting from the left, Dio went into room 3, Kay went into room 4, Phi and Clover went into rooms 5 and 6 respectively. That left Luna and myself. What do you think about taking them one on?
Sounds good.
That settled, we headed into AB room number 1.
Get our fucking points back.
Hello.
Thirty seconds remain.
It's probably a little late to say this, but you know Alice is still in the infirmary. So,
You're saying we should pick Ally, right? Since Alice is going to default to that anyway?
yes.
No, not really fair to betray somebody who isn't voting. Then his face broke into a warm, happy smile. Not to be sappy, but it was like a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. Turned back at her before I knew what I was doing. For a minute, the nunnery game didn't seem so scary.
10 seconds remain. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Fucking points back.
3, 2, 1. Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates.
Luna and I stepped out of the AB room. Alright, let's go have a look at the results.
Okay.
Results from round 2. Please direct your...
Jesus.
What?
Bitch.
How the fuck?
This round sucks. This round sucks a lot.
How in the actual fuck?
I mean, just look what happened there.
No, I know that.
Yeah, I know that. That's an obvious one, but look at this.
Points have been assigned. Please check your bracelet.
Hay and Clover promised each other they would ally, and then they both betrayed each other.
What? That wasn't possible. I blinked, rubbed my eyes, and looked again. No, that's not possible. How can Alice's vote be betray? That's a question I'd never know the answer to. The sharp, quick pain on my wrist, barely even noticeable. Feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. First would be the anesthetic. Blinked and my vision started to blur. Tried to think, it felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. Began to wobble, gave out entirely.
Sigma! Sigma! Hang on! Oh no! Sigma! Get up!
Sigma!
Sigma!
No, why?
Thanks for the concern, Dio. My eyelids felt like they were made of lead, but I forced them to open. Thing was growing blurry, but I noticed that the door of the second AB room was open. No one had gone into that room. I'd watched them all, and yet there she stood. An apparition that couldn't possibly be real. Nice. The world was gradually going black, and my mouth refused to form words, but my head echoed with questions. How? Why? What was she doing there? Did she run in at the last moment after Luna and I entered our room? Even then, why'd she choose betray? And the darkness closed over my mind as well, and my questions were gone forever.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Bitch. Double bitch.
Fuck's sake.
She is the most disliked. I guess the other option's this.
Yeah.
Wait. No. Okay.
We have to betray because she's gonna betray us.
Evil.
Stupid.
Also that. Normally they walk hand in hand.
Yeah.
Even
They're
when
very
skipping. Daddy's still alive?
I'm alive, just not talking.
Alright.
This game really likes the countdowns.
Luna and
I just
stepped
don't
into the AV room.
Why? What happened to... It's not fair to betray someone who isn't voting.
Because she is, and she's evil.
I thought...
There was nothing I could think of to say. And I didn't really understand why I picked betray instead. I almost felt unconscious, like some other part of my mind was making it had to. Perhaps I've been possessed by some sort of evil spirit that had moved my finger to the betray button against my will. Right, well, we should go see the results.
Really? We already know what they are. It's just
No, we don't.
simple math.
Look in her eyes was more painful than any punch I'd ever taken. Turned away and almost ran toward the projector, anything to get away from them.
Results from round 2. Please direct.
Ow! Sharp chest pain! Fuck!
He is having a heart attack.
It's on the wrong side for that!
All a betray round.
Jesus Christ.
This is what we get.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet.
Or in this case, nothing changes.
What? Wasn't possible. I blinked, rubbed my eyes, looked again. No. How can Alice's vote be betray? That's not possible. Alice. She was standing inside the second room on the left. Room that should have been empty. Why? My mind was still reeling. Where'd she come from? As I was trying to form a sentence, she began to move toward us. Around me I heard a chorus of muted gasps. They were united in our surprise and confusion. Alice drew to a stop in front of me and glanced up at the display.
Thought you'd get an easy couple points, huh?
I'm going to kill you.
Not so easy when you have to look
My
your
God.
victim in the eye, is it?
I'll use my shoe.
Coward.
Me? A coward? You got some balls saying that to me after you picked betray. Why are you even here?
Well, you gave me the antivirus, didn't you?
My mistake.
Tenmyoji told me. Thank you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, honestly.
What heart?
You should still be under the effects of the anesthetic.
Yes, well, I still am. A bit. I have a throbbing headache, and I can barely stand. It's horrible. I'm more resistant to anesthetics than most people, a result of my training. I have a feeling Zero Senior knew that. They gave me way more than the standard dose of that gas when they kidnapped me. In any event, a few minutes ago I woke up in the infirmary. Tenmyoji explained what was going on, and I got here as fast as I could.
So you showed up right after we'd gone into the AV room.
Yes, right in the nick of time, too. About 10 seconds before the deadline, as I recall.
Itch.
You did that just so you could betray us?
Right. What? Don't I get to do that? I mean, it turned out to be the right thing to do, didn't it? You two chose betray. If I'd stayed back there, I'd have lost 2 points.
So you're saying it was self-defense?
Yes.
You're full of shit. Self-defense my ass. You chose betray because you wanted out. You had 6 BP. If I picked ally, you would have had 9. That's what you were trying to do, right?
So what if I was?
You serious? You would have killed me. Look, I only have 1 BP. You were this close to murdering me. Just admit it. You were planning to kill me so you could escape.
Don't be stupid. I knew you'd choose betray. There was...
Tell the truth.
That is the truth. Why am I the only one getting the 3rd degree here? Look at those results. 2 other people just tried to kill someone.
Fine, Dio.
Yes. If Dio had chosen ally, Phi would have killed Tenmyoji. And if she'd chosen ally, Dio would have killed her.
I don't want to be rude, but it looks like Clover and Kay tried to trick one another. Not that it seems to have worked. If either one had chosen ally, the other one would have 9 BP right now.
Jesus Christ, guys, come on.
Turned to look at the results again. Before, I'd only been looking at my own. I hadn't realized there was only one word all across the roster. Betray. Whatever trust we managed to build had fallen apart. Everyone was suspicious of everyone else. Had it been the bombs? Or had it been something else?
Oh my god.
Whatever the reason, if it kept up, we'd never manage to escape. We'd be trapped in a cycle of 0-point rounds for the rest of our lives. Something had to be done. Closed my eyes and took a deep breath. Alright guys, pay attention. You've probably already all figured this out, but we can't keep going on like this. If we don't start being a little more trusting, we're never gonna get out of here. We need to work together. Might as well have been talking to a wall.
My apologies, Sigma, but I need to think on something for a bit. I would appreciate being left alone.
Hey.
I'll be leaving too. Things are getting a little too intense here for my delicate constitution. Sorry.
Double idiot.
Well, in that case...
At 2-5?
Yeah, sorry.
Triple idiot.
Without another word, she turned and left the warehouse. Theo and Kay quickly followed suit.
See? There's your answer. In the end, everyone's just thinking about themselves. So I would appreciate it if you could not treat me like I'm the only villain here. Come on, Clover. Let's go.
Hold on! I'm coming! Are you feeling okay? I was really worried, you know?
Watched them walk away, Clover practically jumping with delight to have Alice back. Before long, they reached a yellow door and disappeared beyond it.
You people are fucking stupid.
Everyone's gone.
You aren't gonna
Killed a
leave
lot
too?
of them
No.
and end it.
Are you sure? You guys betray.
I know, but I still believe in you, Sigma. I think your hand must have just slipped or something. Right?
Chest hurt, and when I blinked I felt something hot and wet prick the corners of my eyes. Luna, I bit my lip. Before I could think of anything to say, the metallic rumble of the doors closing echoed throughout the warehouse.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 3 of the Ambidex game will be the Star Round. Star keys are required to open the gates. There is no set limit on usage of the Star keys. The Ambidex gates can be opened as many times as the players wish to open them.
As many times as we want, huh?
Yes, as long as we have the star keys. That means we can keep playing the AB game over and over, too. Sigma? Could you show me your bracelet?
Why?
Do you remember what Zero Jr. said?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up on the pair and solo assignments hop around a bit, too.
Yeah, I remember. Let's see here. I'm a cyan pair. What about you?
I'm a magenta pair.
Damn it.
I wonder what the others
We
are.
could be anything, I suppose. We won't know until we have a look.
We've got about 80 minutes until the next set of chromatic doors open. So what should we do now?
Everyone else has gone off on their own.
Yeah. Physically and emotionally. I really don't like how this is going. It won't matter how many times we repeat the AB game if nobody trusts anybody else. We'll never be able to get out of here.
Maybe it would help if we all had a common goal. Something to unite our hearts and minds.
We have leaving, what else is there? Yeah, but we've already got something like that. We all want to get out of here. Seems like a pretty clear goal to me, but everybody chose betray. Including me.
Well, what if we have an enemy?
Enemy?
Yes, a common foe. Like the person who set the bombs, for instance.
After coming back from the lab, I told her about the bomb while she gave Alice and Quark the Accelerator. Huh. Yeah, that might work. If we can figure out which one of us planted those bombs, then everyone else would work together against them.
Right.
But how do we figure out who it is?
Do you have any clues?
Clues, huh? It's right. Memory card. Pulled it out of my pocket, held it out toward her.
What's this?
I told you, a memory card. It was under the bomb we found in the lab. I think whoever set the bomb dropped it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what's on it though. But you couldn't find any kind of memory card reader.
Oh, I guess we can't really use it then. Oh, wait a second. You know what? I think I might have seen something.
Huh?
Yes, I remember. The infirmary. I saw it when I was searching the infirmary with Theo and Quark. There was a memory card just like that one.
Then...
Yes! I think we can see what's on it. The computer there should be able to read it.
I know how this is gonna go.
Luna and I exploded into the infirmary, nearly running into Alice, Clover, and Tenmyoji. Quark was there as well, of course, but he was just as we left him, asleep on the bed.
What are you doing here?
Shut up. I opened my mouth to retort, then thought better of it. I didn't. I really wanted people to start trusting each other, while real change starts at home. As quickly as I could, I explained about the second bomb and the memory card, and how we'd come into the infirmary in hopes we could discover the contents of the latter.
Okay.
Then stick it in already!
Go ahead.
Right. Just as Luna had said, there was a small slot under the screen, exactly the right size to fit a memory card. In moments, the screen was filled with what appeared to be random letters. Oh boy. What's this?
6 rows, 22 letters each.
It looks like the odd rows use one set of letters, and the even rows use another set. In other words, the first 2 rows just repeat. Yeah.
Is this some kind of code or something?
It doesn't look random to me. I think there might be a pattern. I just don't know what it is.
Was there anything else on there? No, it doesn't look like it.
So all we get is this gibberish. Yeah, Alice, you haven't said anything for a while. What's up?
Does any of this look familiar to you, Clover?
What do you mean?
Have you seen something like this before? Maybe during your training?
Training?
This is...
So you do recognize it.
All right, knock it off, you two. How about you share it with the rest of the class?
Alice sighed and stretched her neck from side to side.
I believe this is an encoded message from a terrorist organization.
What?
They call themselves the Myrmidons.
Myrmidons. For some reason, I felt like I'd heard that name before.
What are the Myrmidons?
Put simply, they're a bunch of thugs who are trying to destroy or dismantle most of human civilization.
So this thing we're looking at, you think it's theirs?
Well, they have a number of different codes, but I do think this is one of them.
Then the bomb? It was set by one of the Myrmidons, wasn't it?
Yes. Well, I can't say for sure, of course, but it seems likely.
Damn, I have a ton of questions for you. But let me start with this one. What the heck does this thing say?
I don't know.
What?
How am I supposed to decode it? I don't have the key. Without a key, it would take literally hundreds of years to decode.
What about you, Clover?
Well, if Alice doesn't know how, I sure don't.
See.
Not much we can do then. We can come back to that code stuff later. I've got another question. Alice, Clover, who the hell are you? Why do you know about this code?
That's...
You told me your job was to eliminate enemies of the state or something like that. Just what the hell kind of job is that? I think it's time you told us what you do.
Sorry, I can't.
Why not?
Because you might be one of them. You might be the person who set the bomb.
That's idiotic. Of course I'm not.
Really? And where's your proof? For all I know, you're my enemy. I can't tell you anything.
I am not your enemy. I'm your ally. Without me, you would have just died to your own hand from Radical 6, you fucking idiot. I'm your friend. I just want all of us to get out of here. Just please tell us. Please. We need to find out who did this so we can all escape. We have too little information. We need your help. Fine. If you won't tell us about yourself, then just tell us about the Myrmidons. What else do you know about them?
I'm sorry.
Before I could blink, she'd leapt up and run out of the room. Wait, Alice! Took off after her.
How long are you going to keep following me?
Until you tell me what you know.
Then why don't you just ask Clover?
Clover?
You already know she works with me.
Well, yeah.
Then why don't you...
I wanted to hear it from you.
Why?
It's a good question, actually. Remember the crew quarters or this garden? Got paired up for 2 separate rounds. That means I've spent more time with you than anybody else here. Maybe that's it. I guess I'm just curious.
What are you talking about?
I want to kick you.
Any poison around, just stab her.
A paring knife.
Get rid of her.
Gotta be around here somewhere.
She's not helpful. She's only causing problems.
Use the shovel and in a pond. She spun around to hide it, but I caught a blush of red on her cheeks. We walked down the path to where it ended next to the pond.
Yes, let's start a romance with betraying each other.
Stayed silent. Alice sat down on the bench. We gazed at the smooth surface of the pond for several long minutes before she began to speak.
You don't hate me?
What? Why?
I tried to kill you.
You mean in the AV game?
Yes. I was so scared. Who wouldn't be? Kidnapped and locked up, forced to play some sort of bizarre game. And then we found that bomb. I know I probably sounded calm, but as soon as we found that thing, all I wanted to do was run away from it as fast as I could.
You're a shit agent.
Things just went downhill from there.
Yes.
What do you mean?
I remember hearing that Clark had collapsed
Clover.
and running to the infirmary with everyone else.
And that's why Clover's gotten worse.
Yeah.
When I got there, I realized I couldn't understand what anyone was saying, and everything looked... I don't know how to describe it. It was like watching a video on fast forward, only it was real. Then I started to feel like... It's hard to explain. I guess you could say I didn't feel like I was myself, and it only got worse.
That was probably the Radical 6.
Yes, I think so. I don't remember much after that, but when I woke up in the infirmary, suddenly all that fear was back. So all I could think about was getting out of this place as fast as I could. It never even crossed my mind that it could kill you. God help me, even if it had, I don't think I would have cared. See? I'm horrible. You hate me, don't you? Just do it!
Do what?
Kill me! Get it over with!
The hell, I'm not going to kill you. I don't even hate you.
You're lying! I could have killed you! I would have killed you!
I don't like you. That's for damn sure.
I hate you. If I had the tools, I would kill you right now. Absolutely.
Calm down, calm
Water
down.
pond over there.
No one's killing anyone.
Unfortunately.
Single tear rolled down Alice's cheek. She's trying to have a moment here, but the amount of negative that she's built up is too damn high to break through.
I just don't like stupid.
That's included in negative. Single
He's
tear rolled down her
stupid
cheek.
and malicious. Those two things don't go together.
Not very well.
She's just stupid.
And malicious. Another and another, leaving shining lines across her face. When I reached out, I saw her tense just slightly. Slowly, I brushed my thumb across her cheek and off, taking her tears with it.
Why are you doing this?
Don't know.
You know, you kind of remind me of my father.
Oh, fuck off.
That's who you were after, right? The people who killed your dad?
Yes.
Did they have anything to do with the Myrmidons?
Will you promise not to tell Clover that I cried?
Come on.
If you keep your mouth shut, I'll tell you what you want to know about myself and about the Myrmidons.
Myrmidon. Ugh.
Sure. My lips are sealed.
Really?
What, crying? I don't remember any crying.
Good. All right then.
'Cause that's the most offensive thing you've done today. Actually shed a fucking tear. Yes. Alice took a deep breath and began.
God fucking damn
Heh.
My father is Egyptian, but my mother is French. They met while my mother was in Egypt on vacation and married shortly thereafter. When I was 3, we all moved to the US. My father was a scientist and his field was cloning. He was recruited by an American lab, which was why we moved. Both of my parents had used English around me from the time I was born, so I didn't have any problems adapting to life in the United States. By my 9th birthday, we'd been there for 6 years. Yeah, that's how math works. That was when it happened. In the middle of the day, my mother showed up at school. Her eyes were red and puffy, but she didn't say anything to me on the drive home. When we arrived, there were several policemen there to meet us. My father had always been a very punctual man, and when dinner time came and went with no sign of him, even I began to realize something terrible had happened. It wasn't until several years later that I finally learned the truth. My father's lab had been attacked by terrorists, and he had been kidnapped. For the rest of my childhood, my mother raised me by herself. I didn't realize it then, but it must have been incredibly difficult for her as a single mother alone in a country where any relatives were a transatlantic flight away. She did her best not to let me see it, but every so often, when she thought she was alone, the mask would fall away and in every line of her face, I could see exhaustion and loneliness. As much as I missed my father, it was those moments that made me wish more than anything he'd never been taken. Fortunately, I was an excellent student and did especially well in math. I earned a full ride scholarship straight out of high school and spent the next several years studying. After graduation, I took a job with the Department of Defense, hoping that they might have the resources to help me look for my father. I was immediately assigned to a special office of internal security. Their purpose is to investigate and sometimes deal with terrorist organizations and other serious threats to the state. I could tell my mother wasn't happy about my decision, but she chose to remain silent about it. Eventually, I learned that the terrorist organization that had taken my father was none other than the Myrmidons, although at the time that name didn't mean anything to me. They were suspected of human cloning. Specifically, it was thought that they had been using cloning techniques to copy their most useful members and expand their ranks. The Myrmidons apparently believed that they could use cloning to create a new race of humans. Now, at last, I knew the reason for my father's abduction. The commander of the Myrmidons is a man named Left. We know his name and his gender, but not his appearance or his age. Calling it now, Quark is Left. The Myrmidons are closely associated with a cult known as Free the Soul. We believe that Free the Soul provides their funding. But trying to pin any kind of misdeeds on the cult's leader, a man named Brother, is like trying to nail Jell-O to a wall. Brother is supposed to be fairly advanced in years, and rumors say he's so old he can't even get out of bed. Unfortunately, his mind seems to be as sharp as ever. At that point, I hit a wall. I knew the Myrmidons had been behind my father's kidnapping, but that was all I could learn about them. Then, one day, I got a tip that some of them were hiding in a building in the Nevada desert. I headed out immediately. On my way there, my car had some engine trouble and stalled out. I was trying to decide what to do when an SUV appeared out of nowhere. It was a Jeep, thank you. I'll give you one guess who was behind the steering wheel. Clover. It was the first time we met. There were 4 other people in the car with her, and when I asked them what they were doing, I got what? When I asked them what they were doing, I got what was just about the last answer I'd expected. Sorry, my brain stopped for a second. They told me they'd been locked up inside the very building I'd been on my way to investigate, and that they were currently in pursuit of the people who had kidnapped them in the first place. My priorities shifted very quickly. After a short discussion, I convinced them to allow me to come along. My hope was to find the people they were chasing, who I was certain were the Myrmidons. In the end, however, we were unable to track them down. In fact, I still don't know where they might have gone. Eventually, I took Clover and her companions to SOIS headquarters. We decided that involving the police would only complicate things. After some questioning, it was determined that the people who had instigated this particular event were not connected to the Myrmidons. We did, however, discover that the mysterious disappearance and subsequent reappearance of several children 9 years prior was connected to Free the Soul. There was also a 6th person in the SUV, although they weren't riding in it per se. A middle-aged man who'd I'll just call H for now, had been bound and placed in the trunk. According to the other 4, he had been behind the disappearance of the children 9 years earlier. We also learned that his pharmaceutical company, a major player on the world stage, was eventually controlled by Free the Soul. Was effectively controlled by Free the Soul, sorry. More specifically, I suppose, H was a member of Free the Soul, and very committed to their cause. So, why had he kidnapped all those children? Apparently, it had been part of an experiment designed to test the abilities of certain people to access what's called the morphogenetic field. I don't imagine you've ever heard of it before, so I'll try to give you a quick rundown. Simply put, these people can access a sort of field that allows their consciousness to resonate with the consciousness of certain other people. To be honest, it might be simpler to just call it telepathy. The SOIS had heard of this particular ability before, and had actually used it in a number of investigations, so I wasn't surprised to learn of its existence. I was shocked, however, to learn that these experiments had been carried out by a member of Free the Soul. If that was the case, then Brother must have known about it. The thought of him discovering a way to control and harness that power was terrifying. It wasn't too long after the incident in Nevada that another tip about the Myrmidons crossed my desk. This time it claimed that the Myrmidons intended to launch a large-scale biological terrorist attack. My bosses decided that we needed more agents to deal with a threat of that magnitude, and Clover was recruited. Because she'd been a test subject in H's experiment, we knew she had the ability to access the morphogenetic field, and we wanted to put that ability to use. After several months of training, she was sent on her first mission. She would be tasked with the infiltration and investigation of a Myrmidon cloning lab. I was assigned to be her commanding officer. I hoped that our investigation might also give me a lead on my father's whereabouts. At last, I had a chance to find out what had happened to him. I wouldn't let that chance pass me by. Perhaps that was what kept me from noticing the truth. The whole operation was a trap. The lab was fake, and Clover was captured almost immediately. I got there as fast as I could, but when I arrived, the building was only an empty shell. All of the conspirators who had pretended to be researchers and the like had already fled. I searched frantically for Clover until at last, in a basement room, I found her. She had been tied to a chair, but on the floor next to her was another body. It was my father. He looked as if he'd just been dumped there, and when I got to him, his body was already cold. He was covered in dark, ugly bruises. It wasn't until later that I learned he had died from ruptured organs and internal bleeding. They had beaten him to death. As soon as Clover had been captured, a Myrmidon in a mask had come to visit her. He'd said that unless she wanted to end up like my father, she would leave them alone and tell her masters at the SOIS to do likewise. In retrospect, they must have known who I was and who my father was. That was why they'd killed him. Perhaps they'd thought that they were sending a message to me. Or that once he was gone, I'd lose my reason for chasing them. They were very, very wrong. I took Clover with me and left. I tried to console myself with the fact that I had at least been able to save her. Sometime later, I received a call from the coroner. He told me there was something I needed to see. There in the morgue was my father, cold and pale, on a steel table. I could barely stand to look at him, but the coroner insisted. On his arm were 2 rows of numbers comprised of 8s and 9s. It took me a moment to recognize my father's handwriting. He had carved them into his own skin. On his chest was another message, but they were letters. They were letters this time, not numbers. Not many, just enough to make a short sentence. I love you, Alice. I broke down crying right there in the morgue. They were the first tears I'd shed since the operation had started, and there was no stopping them. There would be no forgiveness, not for the monsters who put my father through this. They'd destroyed my family. I would make them pay even if I had to die to do it. That night, I made a promise to myself. I would avenge my father. It didn't take long to figure out that the numbers he'd written were latitude and longitude. They'd pointed to a chemical factory that had been disguised as an abandoned building. Further investigation revealed that it was the mother lode we'd been looking for, the headquarters of the Myrmidons. I think my father must have known how things would turn out. Knowing he was going to die, he'd written the directions to our enemy's fortress on his own body. He sacrificed too much for me to waste this opportunity with recklessness. This time, our operation would succeed. This time, I wouldn't let my excitement put Clover or any of my other agents in danger. So we took our time, we gathered information, we did our research, and we planned. Finally, we were ready. December 25th, 2028 was going to be the day we finally set foot inside the Myrmidon stronghold. But then, on the 22nd, only 3 days before the operation was scheduled to begin, a man in a gas mask appeared.
So you inhaled that gas, passed out, and woke up here in the AB room?
Yes. Well, there it is. Everything that's happened with the Myrmidons and me. I left a few of the details out, of course, but you get the idea.
Yeah, thanks.
She said she'd tell us everything she knew.
He gave me a sad sort of smile and stood up.
We should go back.
Not yet. Your story explained a lot, but there's still one big question.
Which is?
Who here is a Myrmidon? One of us planted the bombs. And based off the code we found, it's pretty clear that person's a Myrmidon, right?
Yes.
And I agree that we need to figure out who they are.
What do you propose we do?
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about. You have any clues?
Clues? Well, if I could decrypt that code, it might tell us something, but...
How can we do that?
I told you. We need a key. Without that, it's pointless.
What's a key?
A key is a key. It allows you to sort of unlock a code. Myrmidons usually use this huge string of numbers as a key.
Wait. A long string of numbers? Could that be? Seven 7815361098838094241990551.
What the hell?
I was almost as surprised as she was. Numbers that just kind of appeared in my mind, and I was saying them before I knew what I was doing. Alice looked at me incredulously, and I stared back.
Where did... Wait, can you say that again? 7815361098838094241990551. That's 198,449,351 to the third power.
Fuck off. What?
That number you just told me. Prime factor decomposition on that number gets you 198,449,351 to the third power.
I see. All of your morality went to the ability to do math. You're talking about reducing an integer to a series of prime numbers that you multiply together to get it, right? Like if you have 30, then you get 2, 3, and 5, right?
Exactly. You probably learned that in junior high, right?
So you're saying that 198449351 is a prime? If you multiply it by itself 3 times, you get 7815361098838094241990551.
Yes.
Don't tell me you just did all of that in your head.
I did do all of that in my head. Simple mental arithmetic.
Impossible.
We're going back to beating you to death with a shoe. What? No way. It's impossible.
I told you, I'm better at math than most people.
You're only good at math, apparently. It's not better at math.
Look at you. You just recited a huge string of numbers. That seems pretty astounding, too. Where did you find that number anyway?
I didn't know what to say. What would I tell her? That it just came to me?
Can't tell me, huh? Fine. I'm pretty sure that's the key to the code, though. I know the Myrmidons use prime factors for their keys. And there aren't a lot of 25-digit numbers that turn out to be the third power of a prime number. I think there's a very good chance that number you memorized was specifically created by someone.
Uh-huh. Could you explain that with small words?
Well, look at the prime factors of your number. 198,449,351 to the third power. I think that's our hint for cracking the code. You still don't get it? Try to remember the code we saw in the infirmary. What did it say on the monitor?
I think the first row was CQUJHNMTEOR. You know, CQUJHNMTEONERAXTFMIOVP.
And the second row?
I hate you. BYOLWXYPXSVZEQGTKRTLED.
Ooh.
I think.
Congrats, you got through it.
Then they just repeat.
Wow, you've got a pretty impressive memory. We could really use someone like you back at the...
Well, keep going. How do we decode that?
You use 198,449,351 to point you to the right letters.
How do we do that?
Well, the first number is 1, so take the first letter. The next number is 9, so go 9 letters over from the first one. Then 8 from that one. Just keep going until you get something. Make sense?
Nope.
Ran over what she said in my head. Prime number Alice had given me was 1, 9 numbers. So what would we get if we picked out letters like she explained? First is C from the top left. You move 9 to the right, give you O. Or eventually you get a word, and it was... Oh, why? No, what?
Hold on.
I'm so upset.
U J H N M M T E O N E R A X D. I'm running out of space on my pad.
Keep moving.
F M I O B E.
Sorry, it's completed. The word is completed.
Gotcha.
It's me if I didn't do it.
He did it. Completed. That's it. That's the answer.
Completed? Are you sure?
Yeah. Did exactly what you told me to do, and the word I got is completed. Well, actually, it's completed. The code and the letters repeat every 2 lines. It just repeats.
Well, I can't remember the code like you can, but if you're certain, I believe you.
I'm definitely certain.
All right, then. I wonder what completed is supposed to mean, though.
What? Aside from the obvious, you mean? Guessing here it means mission complete? That's what the transmitter was for.
Huh? What are you talking about? What transmitter?
Barely even heard her. Suddenly my mind is full of memories that hadn't been there a moment before. A wave had washed away the sand, revealing a bed of precious gems underneath. Damn it. I hadn't realized it before. I remember a series of numbers, but not this. At least I remembered it now. He was a member of the Myrmidons. Not just any member, he was their leader. That meant he had to be the one who'd planted the bombs.
Hey, are you listening to me?
Yeah.
Then answer my question. What the hell was that? What's this about a transmitter?
Didn't trust myself to try to explain it to her. More than likely, she'd just think I was insane. And I could barely make sense of the sudden influx of new information.
Wait. Don't tell me you're one of the Myrmidons.
I was. Do you really think I'd reveal myself like this?
Point.
Been nowhere.
Thank you for being smart.
Clover.
Oh, there you are. I've been looking all over for you.
Really?
We're all down in the Floor B warehouse. Well, all of us but Luna and Quark.
Why?
I've got 45 minutes until the white doors open.
I know that!
Okay. Hey, wait a minute. I thought UK and Quark didn't know about the white doors.
Tenmyoji told us about them. He said he'd show us where they were, so we all followed him down to the Floor B warehouse.
I'm assuming you left Quark with Luna?
Yeah. Anyway, when we showed up, Phi and Kay were already there. Well,
So?
all of a sudden, Phi, Tenmyoji, and Dio all started yelling at each other.
What?
Why? Did something happen?
According to Clover, the last AB game had been the cause of their fight. Even though Tenmyoji only had one BP, Phi had chosen betray. He started a fight, and since Dio had pressed betray on behalf of his team, eventually he got dragged in too.
That seems odd. Phi only had one BP too. Her choice seems like a perfectly valid defensive move.
Ugh! Just come with me! Kay's trying to calm them down, but there's only one of him.
Okay. Come on now,
And
let's
one
go.
of him would beat their ass. It's fine. Why are we going this way?
Is it leads here?
Oh,
Always have to
yeah,
go the long way around.
It was short to go the other way, but okay. Ow. Ear. Pain.
All four of them were still there when we arrived. They seemed to have calmed down a bit. Tension in the air was almost visible. Felt like I'd stepped into a room full of flammable gas. Even the smallest spark could turn the whole place into a raging inferno. Even Kay, usually so calm and collected, was standing ramrod straight with his hand balled into a fist at his side. I looked at Alice, pursed my lips, and then head over to the angry knot of people occupying most of the room. They were not occupying most of the room. Clover told me what's going on. This whole thing's stupid. You need to knock it off.
Stupid? What about this is stupid? We're talking about my life, you self-righteous dick.
I know. But yelling at each other isn't going to solve your problem. The best thing for us to do right now is to trust each other and get through this. Wouldn't you agree?
Hard to trust someone who tried to kill me.
Same to you. I told you letting Dio vote was a stupid idea. What did you think he was gonna do? You might as well have pressed the button yourself.
I couldn't just leave Quark alone.
That's no excuse. And where do you get off telling me I shouldn't have picked Betray? Did you even think that through? What, I was supposed to pick Ally? If I'd done that, I'd be dead right now.
I could say the same thing to you. Damn good thing Dio didn't choose Ally.
Please, that's enough from both of you. Sigma's right. This isn't the time to be bickering with each other.
Oh, you don't get to talk. You tried to betray Clover and escape on your own.
Perhaps. But I think that's better than nearly killing someone.
Well, I only did it so that she wouldn't kill Tenmyoji.
Ah, god damn it. Enough already. I roared with fury and my voice echoed and rebounded off the walls of the warehouse. Everyone fell silent. Didn't know how long the silence would last, so I decided to put it all on the table. There's only one way I was going to be able to take control of the situation. Guys, listen to me. We really don't have time for this. I was met with a number of glares, but I soldiered on. See, the thing is, I figured out who planted the bombs.
What? Is this what you were talking about earlier?
Sorta, yeah. I know which one of you it is.
Well, spit it out then.
Please, explain what's going on here.
I don't think I need to. They're going to admit their guilt in just a few minutes.
What?
You're all gonna hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Or I guess I should say his mouth.
What are you on? You think I set those bombs?
Yeah, I do.
Hey, if you're gonna accuse me, you better have some pretty damn good evidence, pal.
I'm not accusing you. I'm just stating a fact.
Oh yeah? Where the hell did you get that fact?
Fun as it was, I knew taunting alone wouldn't be enough to make Dio confess. He just played dumb. He was good at it, and I'd get nothing. That meant I was going to have to trick him. Well, you see, I'm actually from Free the Soul.
Free the Soul? What's that? Some kind of hippie shoe company?
Don't play dumb, Dio, or should I call you left? Brother ordered me to come here. Keep an eye on you. It's quick, but for just a moment I saw his eyes twitch. Leapt on that moment of weakness like a hungry dog on a steak. Fine. Skepticism is understandable, admirable even. But perhaps this'll convince you. I pressed forward, pulling out every fact I could remember. Told Dio about brother's background, how his younger brother left had been murdered, mentioned casually that the Myrmidons were all clones of a single person. So, still not convinced? How about this? 7815361098838094241990551. Do a little prime factor decomposition on that and you get 198449351 to the third power. I think I just had an aneurysm. I'm not who I say I am. How on earth could I possibly know that?
What? No, that's not possible.
Finally. So, let's start over, shall we? I was sent here to watch your every move. It seems our wise and noble brother doesn't trust you. He suspects betrayal.
No! You're lying!
I assure you I'm not. But if you don't believe me, why don't you go outside and call him yourself with your transmitter?
No! No! You have to be lying! Brother trusts me! That's why he chose me for this mission! Why would he make me the leader of the Myrmidons if he...
Huh? Sorry, what was that?
I said, why would he have made me the leader of the Myrmidons if...
I grinned.
Wait, what the hell? Are you fucking kidding me?
Sorry, Dio. I've never even seen brother.
What the hell was all that? How did you know all those things?
I know. Maybe I was divinely inspired.
Don't give me that shit!
What's going on?
What are these Myrmidons?
You and I stared at one another while Clover and Timioja quickly explained to Phi and K about the memory card and the number 2 bomb, and about the code we found that was from a terrorist organization called the Myrmidons.
So you mean to say someone from the Myrmidons planted the bombs?
And Dio pretty much just admitted to doing it?
Yeah.
Bastards. I'll never forgive you.
I heard a low, furious muttering behind me and turned to see Alice, her lips pulled back into a snarl.
I am going to kill you!
Her voice rose to a scream as she charged toward Dio. He ducked out of the way smoothly and pulled something from his pocket.
Whoa there. I like my women a little feisty. But you're taking it a little too far, sweetheart. Tone it down.
What?
You see this? You know what it is, don't you?
Oh my god. Is that the detonator?
Exactly. And I assume you know what happens if I press this button?
Yes. I think I do. I'm guessing it'll set off both of the bombs.
Well, I wouldn't say both.
You mean there's still a number 1 bomb we haven't found?
Correct. And there's one more, too.
No. There are 4 bombs?
Exactly. I planted 4 bombs. They're the ones numbered 1, 2, and 3, but there's also one more. Bomb number 0. Add all that up and you're looking at about 4 tons of explosive power. Those go off and it's all over. That's enough oomph to turn this whole place into a smoking crater.
Aren't you forgetting something?
That'd kill you too.
So, I'm ready for that. I've got spares.
Spares? Is that what Sigma was talking about?
Yeah, clones.
I heard Alice whisper something to Clover.
Let's go, Clover. Show him all that training wasn't for nothing.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Right.
Before I had a chance to ask them what was going on, they moved.
Die, you bastard! Yeah!
Roared and leapt toward Dio, Clover following just behind. Alice threw a punch at his face, and as he dodged, Clover spun out from behind her. Grunted and turned to focus on Alice, but Clover darted in and snatched the detonator from his hand.
Clover, get him!
Right! Sigma, catch!
Huh? Before I could respond, Clover had thrown the detonator at me. I scrambled to get it out of the air, but held it to my chest.
Damn it! Stop! Let me go! Still let go of me, you asshole!
No.
Yelling didn't do him any good, and Dio found himself subdued by the skillful teamwork of Alice and Clover. Strangely, though, once they had a hold of him, he stopped struggling. It's reminded of a gazelle with its neck in the mouth of a lion. Surrendered? Had he surrendered? Did he have some trick up his sleeve? Didn't feel right. Didn't have to wait long for my misgivings to prove true. The detonator in my hand suddenly began to flash. What?
Ha! Serves you right.
What are you laughing at?
You! Her! All of you! God, you're stupid!
What? Why?
See that detonator you threw to Sigma? You activated it. If it gets more than a meter away from me, it sets itself off. We figured someone might try to take it away, so we put in a little safeguard. Since you two were kind enough to take it away from me, the bombs have gone from remote control to countdown timer. Go ahead and destroy the detonator if you want. Won't make any difference now. The bombs are gonna go off no matter what.
How long do we have?
About 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Oh no.
My condolences.
What can we do to stop them?
I told you that already. First, we need the device that allows us to input information. Then we plug it into each bomb and enter the codes.
Hey Alice, who the hell are you? How do you know all this?
None of your damn business. Just tell me where the input device is.
Well, that's none of your damn business. Fuck! Stop! You're gonna break it!
Of course.
That's the
That's
point.
the plan.
Please, stop!
Just tell me what I want to know.
Okay, I'll tell you. It's in my coat. The right-hand pocket.
Not a very good
Check it
cultist
out.
if the little arm
Right.
breaking is gonna break him. Jesus.
He nodded and started digging through his pockets. After a few minutes,
It's no use! There's nothing here!
Did you lie to me?
No, I swear, keep looking.
Oh, wait! There is something in here.
Clover pulled her hand from his pocket and held it out. Is that a pill? Or medicine?
Hey, what is this?
Huh? I can't see it. Bring it over here.
Clover frowned and moved closer to Dio, holding the pill out toward him. Nom nom nom. Suddenly he moved, right hand snaking out to grab the pill from Clover's hand. Before anyone could react, he shoved it in his mouth. Got a tiny crack as he bit down on it. Almost immediately, he grimaced in pain.
Shit!
What? What was that?
Poison, I guess.
What? Damn! How could I be so stupid?
His eyes rolled up into his head, and flecks of spittle began to trickle out from the corners of his mouth. He grabbed him by the hair and shook. What the hell are you doing? Where's the input device?
Lost it. In my couch. Back home.
Don't screw with me.
Fine, don't tell us. How about you give us the deactivation codes instead?
Deactivation? You guys are persistent. Fine. Not gonna do you much good anyway. I'll tell you. But you only get one. This is the deactivation code for Bomb 3. Ready?
Are you ready?
I have a pen and paper.
LXQ LHC NMR.
Got it?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
What about the other three? Tell us the other three. Didn't even seem to hear me.
My body will be a part of the foundation of a bright future.
His voice was weak and more foam was dribbling out of his mouth.
Such a beautiful world. May brother live in everlasting glory.
Oh, excuse me.
Those were the last words he spoke. He died with a strange, happy smile.
Now we only need Bomb 2.
He only gave us the password for one of the bombs. This is bad. What are we gonna do?
Don't know.
How much time have we got?
25 minutes.
Are you sure?
Yes. When he told us the time, I checked my bracelet. It said exactly 30 minutes.
You mean the bombs are gonna go off the same time the next set of doors opens?
Yes. The time on your bracelet is the time we have left.
Ooh, so 25 minutes.
This isn't good. I was hoping that we might be able to escape through the white doors, but
It takes 5 minutes for the primary door to open and close. So,
yes, I know. There's no way we can get through them before the explosion happens.
Well, there's no point just standing around. We should start looking. We need 3 things. The password input device.
And the remaining 2 bombs, right?
Right.
we also need passwords for all the bombs other than number 3.
Exactly.
Maybe Dio has a note or something?
Hold on. Let me check.
She knelt down and quickly checked his pockets and sleeves, then sat back on her heels, frustrated.
Damn, he's clean.
Why does no one look under the hats?
She looked pale.
Then we'll just have to hope we find it somewhere. Tenmyoji, can you go tell Luna what's happened?
Right. I'm on it.
Good. The rest of you, let's move out. We can do this. Let's go.
They all took off at a run, heading to different parts of the building. But all of our searching turned up nothing. As we searched, the clock kept ticking. And at last, the chromatic doors opened.
Chromatic doors have opened. 5 minutes remain.
Our time had run out. We watched the white doors open. Doors to heaven? What the hell? Thought barely had time to flutter through my mind before everything went white. Didn't even have time to say goodbye. 1,000 emotions flooded my brain in those last moments. Why? How? How had we ended up this way? And a blistering wave of heat, like the surface of the sun itself, wiped out any lingering thoughts. Consciousness slipped away into a bottomless pool of darkness. Neither heaven nor hell, only the void. We got another code. Yeah.
Need one more.
Another end.
And
Yeah.
find an input device.
That thing. And another bomb. A whole 2 of them.
Yeah, we gotta find the other 2 bombs. We got bomb 0 and bomb 1 codes before we found the fucking bombs.
But we know how to make them not do things.
We also know how to just get out of the fucking area.
Yeah, by voting ally each time.
No, by fucking opening the other door that goes outside.
Where was that?
Lion with 2 heads eating the sun. We need a username. If we find the username, we can get out of here and fuck the bombs.
That doesn't lead outside. That just opens the other locked doors.
No. That is not what he said.
He said open the door to the laboratory.
No, he said it opens door 0.
I think we'll find out. At a time that is not this time.
Yeah, I gotta go to bed.
Very possibly the time after this.
We found Alice's end.
Hit this button for no reason.
We can get past that.
We can hit that button for no reason. And still dead. Jesus Christ, what the fuck do we need for that?
It's very specific. It will not take any jerry-rigged option, apparently.
What the fuck do we need for that?
Oh no. I know we're not there yet. Maybe we will be. Eventually. Ugh.